I always believed that love was a serious matter. When I married Jenna, I thought we were two souls united in a pact of loyalty, trust, and respect. Little did I know that the very foundations of our marriage were crumbling, hidden beneath a veil of deception. When I discovered Jenna's affair with her yoga instructor, Chad, a name that could only belong to a smooth-talking, protein shake drinking type, I was heartbroken and furious. But instead of a heated confrontation, I decided to take a different approach, one that would be both absurd and entertaining. I had come across an idea online that struck a chord. What if I created a fake love contract that outlined ridiculous demands for loyalty and trust, complete with absurd consequences for breaking the rules? It sounded ridiculous, and that was precisely the point. I wanted to turn the situation on its head, forcing Jenna to confront her actions while simultaneously injecting a bit of humor into an otherwise painful scenario. Over the course of a few days, I crafted the most elaborate, over-the-top love contract I could think of. The contract included ludicrous clauses like daily affirmations. Jenna must recite 3 absurdly cheesy affirmations each morning, such as "I am a loyal partner and Chad who. My heart belongs to husband's name." Mandatory loyalty check-ins. Jenna must schedule bi-weekly loyalty check-ins where we would discuss our relationship and share our most ridiculous fears about infidelity, like being abducted by aliens. The trust jar. For every instance of doubt or jealousy, Jenna must deposit $1 into a jar labeled trust fund, which I would eventually use to buy a trampoline for our kids. Consequence of betrayal: if Jenna were to break any of these rules, she would owe me a date night where she had to wear a costume of my choosing and serenade me with a silly song. After completing the contract, I printed it on bright pink paper and signed it with a flourish. I was ready for the confrontation. The evening arrived, and I decided to present the love contract over dinner. As we sat down, I could feel a mix of anticipation and mischief bubbling within me. Jenna, blissfully unaware, chatted about her day, completely oblivious to the chaos about to unfold. "Jenna, I have something very important to discuss with you," I said, my tone mock serious as I pulled out the brightly colored document. Her expression shifted from casual interest to cautious curiosity. "What's that?" she asked, eyeing the pink paper with suspicion. "I've drafted a new love contract that outlines our expectations for loyalty and trust," I declared, my voice dripping with faux gravitas. "I think this is exactly what our marriage needs right now." Jenna's eyes widened, a mixture of confusion and disbelief crossing her face. "A love contract? Are you serious?" "Oh, absolutely," I replied, trying to stifle my laughter. "Let's dive into it, shall we?" I began reading the clauses aloud, dramatically emphasizing the more ridiculous points. With each clause, Jenna's incredulity morphed into laughter. "You can't be serious. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard." "But think about it. A trust fund for every little doubt. How about we keep track of how many times you even think of Chad?" I replied, my smile widening as I could see the humor slowly melting the tension in the room. As I continued to read through the contract, Jenna's laughter became uncontrollable. "And if I don't recite those cheesy affirmations every day, I have to wear a costume and serenade you," she gasped between giggles. "Exactly. I think we could have a lot of fun with this. Imagine you in a unicorn onesie singing 'I will always love you' in a public park," I said, picturing the absurd scene in my mind. Her laughter echoed around the kitchen, and I could see her facade beginning to crack. Okay, I get it. But seriously, you can't expect me to sign this." "Why not? We can call it a new beginning, a way to start fresh," I said, leaning in closer. "After all, if we can laugh about this, maybe we can rebuild the trust that's been broken." The mood shifted, and the laughter gave way to an honest conversation. "I know I messed up," Jenna admitted, her tone growing serious again. "But I didn't mean to hurt you. It's just, I felt lost, and I made a terrible mistake." I nodded, the humor of the contract hanging in the air like a thin veil over the harsh truth. "I get that, but it doesn't excuse what you did, Jenna. I just want us to be honest with each other moving forward. No more secrets." She took a deep breath, her laughter fading as reality settled back in. "You're right. I'm so sorry. I've been an idiot." The absurdity of the love contract had opened the door to a more profound conversation, and I could see the sincerity in her eyes. While I didn't expect our marriage to be magically repaired by a few laughs, the moment had helped break down the walls we had built between us. As the night went on, we discussed what had led to her infidelity and how we could address the underlying issues in our relationship. The laughter lingered, but it was accompanied by a newfound honesty and openness to facing our problems together. In the weeks that followed, we worked on rebuilding our relationship, using the laughter sparked by the love contract as a starting point for deeper conversations. While I never intended for the contract to be a literal agreement, it had served its purpose, providing a much-needed catalyst for change. Eventually, we tucked that pink piece of paper away as a reminder of a chaotic yet transformative moment in our lives. The love contract may have been born out of heartbreak, but it became a symbol of resilience, a way to confront our challenges with humor instead of anger. In the end, we learned that love isn't always serious. Sometimes it requires a little absurdity to navigate the rough waters. And while Jenna and I would continue to face challenges together, we now had a stronger foundation built on trust, laughter, and a commitment to being honest with one another.